welcome back. Today I wanted to show you how I ink my drawings. Now, there are different ways, different tools that you can use to ink your drawings. I use these three. This is the first one. This is a Maru nib. There's also the G nib, the school nib, and the spoon nib that you can use. I used to use those in the past, but I found it difficult to ink with these because you have to dip it in the ink and then draw with it. I found it difficult, so I stopped using it. But I do want to start using those again and practice with it. But yeah, this is one way. The other one that's really popular is the Copic multiliner. I don't like them. I have others too. I have the 0.05, the 0.1, and the 0.03. I use them to do the so-called thick and thin lines. I don't use this as my main tool for inking. The reason is simple. When you do a line, do a thick line so you can see with this, and you erase it, because when you draw and you have the pencil underneath, you want to erase it. It's not black anymore, and I really dislike it. If I draw another thick line next to it, you will see how much darker this is and this is not. So you can see here, this is the one I erased. This one right here. And this is the fresh one. I really hate this result. That's why I don't use it. My favorite way to ink all of my drawings is with this little guy right here. This is the Tachikawa manga pen. I love this. It's a fountain pen. It has a cartridge where you put your ink. And this ink is really good. And the pen is really smooth. It makes nice thin lines. You can make also thicker lines. It doesn't smear, it doesn't bleed. Doesn't budge. It's great. I really like it. Also with this, they tend to bleed once I go over with Copic markers. This, the Tachikawa one, doesn't do that. So what I typically do is I ink with this, and then I go over with the multiliners and do the thick and thin lines. I have a little drawing here prepared, and I have my clean sheet. And now to move this over here, you can do it either with a light table. I do have a light table, but I never use it. Or you can do it the old school way, like I do it most of the time. So what I have here is a rice paper, and I smeared it on one side. I have marked which side is smeared and which one is not. So what I do, take my clean paper, take the rice paper, put it over, and over that rice paper, I put my drawing. So now that this is set up, I will draw the lines, and it will be visible on the clean paper. So I will do the rest in time lapse so that I can show you what it looks like. So now I will remove the tape. It's a good idea to put some tape on your drawing so it doesn't move. So. And there you have it. You can see it clearly, and now you can start inking it. So I'm going to use this pen, as I always do. So let me time lapse this part. All right, so the inking part is complete. One thing you have to keep in mind with this pen, though, is that you should never go up. It's better if you go down. You will create a much smoother line if you just use this downward motion and never go up. I'm gonna go in with these now and create the thick and thin lines. This name is not something I invented. The first time I heard about it was when I watched a mini documentary from Disney, how they created Aladdin, and they used the thick and thin lines. So that was the first time I heard about it, and I liked the idea and I use it ever since. So what I do is I take the 0.05 and I go around edges. Like, for example, the cheek, the chin, the ears. This corner right here, here at the beginning, here on the neck, I would go and create this thicker line. You can also do this thicker. Hair, I always do the ends thicker. You can also fix little mistakes that you did. For example, I can fix this. I can fix this or this that I created when I was inking. I will time-lapse this process again and see you in a bit. All right, so I did the face with 0.5. Of course, you can also use the 0.3, 0.03, I'm sorry. I just think that it's too thin for a big face like this. If I have smaller faces, then I use the smaller pen. Now for the hair and the clothes, I usually use something thicker. I'm gonna use the 0.1. One little tip though, I don't know if you saw me when I was doing it, always draw from the outside, never from the inside. For example, here in the cheek, I did the thicker line from the outside and then just filled it in. If you do it from the inside, you will just make the cheek more narrow, and that was not the point. It will not look good. So keep in mind that you always draw from the outside. It's okay if you make the lines thicker. I mean, it's a style. You can make it as thick as you like. Just work from the outside and never from the inside. Same for the eyes. If I were to draw here, it would just make the eyes more narrow, and I don't like that. So always from the outside. So yeah, let's do the rest. So here we have the finished piece. I really like how it turns out with the thick and thin lines. It gives it a lot more character. It looks more alive. And do you see how those little mistakes that I made here and here and on the cheek, they disappeared? Let me zoom you in. So I had here a mistake, here on the cheek, and up here. This method is also very good if you wanna fix your little mistakes. We all make mistakes sometime. So I hope you liked this video. Please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!